537 Nationals Morning News on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Jeff Malinoff, KGB, and JJ Jones is here. I can't keep it all straight. On WTN. Yes, that's another one I got to keep straight. I love this. This is Ilhan Omar. Now, there's a special place in hell for Ilhan Omar, in my opinion. But there's a meme. You ready? Remember, she's from Somalia.
Yeah.
In my country, I am forced to keep my mouth shut. But here, I am free to talk trash about this country in hopes that I can change it to a country where I am forced to keep my mouth shut. See, I like that. Isn't that funny?
Did she actually say that, or are you just?
Oh no, I'm just
paraphrasing. Yeah.
No, it was a meme.
Yep.
And I actually very much like memes. They're very funny. All right, very quickly. Let's see here. Can we talk about the Sugar Bowl for a moment?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're not going to talk about the actual game because I don't even know who
won.
Well,
Matt Murphy will probably talk about it when his show starts.
Probably.
He will.
He talked about it incessantly yesterday because apparently they were they were trying to watch the game. Now, listen, I'm not dissing anybody. I'm not judging. We all do our shows in different way. But they spent the first 25 minutes talking about how they couldn't watch the game in the studio because apparently we don't have ESPN in here.
Yeah, we don't.
And so this was a big tragedy for the afternoon
when
show.
I come in on Sundays for my weekend shift, I try to or on holiday shifts, I try to turn on a game that's on ESPN. It says signal interrupted or something like that on here. So
well, management does that because they want us to focus on news and not sports.
Granted.
What a silly concept.
Hey, there was when I'm in the weekends, I have to wait a couple hours before a show actually starts.
Yeah,
I should be allowed to be entertained.
So here's what happens around here is our corporate offices in New York and Atlanta and wherever else they are is number one, they don't let us control the temperature. That's number one.
That's really
is that true?
So they control the temperature in I think it's either Atlanta or New York, and they also control what channels we can watch in the studios because they want us to focus. We can only watch CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, and when Jeff is here on the weekends, the Hallmark Channel.
Never in a million years.
That was a long way to go for that joke, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a long.
So who won the Sugar Bowl?
So Notre Dame beat Georgia by multiple scores. It was bad.
Okay.
But yeah, and I was actually texting Matt. I'm like, how you holding up? If my team was in a game of that caliber and I had to do something else, I would be twitching.
To be honest, it was the Sugar Bowl. It's only about the Rose Bowl. The Sugar Bowl means nothing.
Yeah.
Anyway, you know who the big loser was for the Sugar Bowl? Allstate.
Yeah.
So have you heard about this, Joan?
No.
So apparently Allstate was the corporate sponsor.
Yeah.
They sponsored it for decades now.
Okay, good for them. So they decided that they would, number one, not air the moment of silence and the national anthem. And we're going to get into that in a second.
That's insane.
Because it was in New Orleans. But the CEO decided to have this so unifying message right before the game.
Welcome to the Allstate Sugar Bowl. Wednesday, tragedy struck the New Orleans community. Our prayers are with the victims and their families. We also need to be stronger together by overcoming an addiction to divisiveness and negativity. Join Allstate working in local communities all across America to amplify the positive, increase trust, and accept people's imperfections and differences. Together, we win.
What the hell is that? The dude just ran over 14 people, or actually a lot more than that.
Yeah.
And
35 injured, 14 dead. So
was he referring to
49.
the guy who did this? I don't want to say his name because I think it's plausible that we don't give him any more press.
I don't really understand where he was going with this. Why
is he talking about politics?
I don't know. Is he trying to say that society was to blame for what this guy did? It doesn't make any sense.
It makes none.
I sent that to you before the show started, and I got your actual immediate reaction. It was great because you were just you were confused as I was when I saw it too. I'm like, what does this have to do with anything that happened?
Okay, so I'm going to play it one more time. Super texters, what do you think this is about? Because it sounds to me like he's sort of blaming society's divisiveness for the fact that this guy left his dilapidated trailer as he left his Quran open to that. Joan, you were reporting his Quran was open to a passage.
Yes.
When it talked about what?
It talked about, let me go back and look at it, but the Quran, he had it like right next to where he had bomb making materials.
Yep.
And it was left open on a page that talked about the slaying in the name of Allah.
So I want to make it is when this guy from Allstate, Tom Wilson, is that what he's talking about when he says that America is addicted to divisiveness? Again,
Welcome to the Allstate Sugar Bowl.
Right.
Wednesday, tragedy struck the New Orleans community.
Yeah.
Our prayers are with the victims and their families.
Starts.
Fine.
We also need to be stronger together by overcoming an addiction to divisiveness and negativity.
And you lost me.
I'm gone. I don't understand. What is he? Does anybody have the super text line open? Do you have the super text line open? So
Why didn't he talk about?
Someone made a point. 6893. It's always someone else's fault.
Yeah.
Like, as in, it's not the person that did it. It's something else that happened that caused that. And it's always the conservative divisiveness.
yeah, it's like that's not I don't believe that this is a unifying message. I think he was trying to be unifying, but that is the exact opposite of unifying. I mean, he
could have talked about mourning the victims,
Yep.
thanking first responders, praying that everybody is able to understand. There'll be an understanding in the future. I mean, that would be unifying. Wow.
Joe,
Yeah.
you're right. He didn't even talk about the first responders. There's a video of them rushing to the scene, and he never said a word about that.
Nope.
Right.
Holy.
Join Allstate working in local communities all across America to amplify the positive, increase trust, and accept people's imperfections and differences. Together, we win.
Accept
That is
people's
so-
imperfections and differences. I'm sorry, but if a guy is going to run over and kill a bunch of people in a terrorist attack, I'm not going to accept those differences.
Yeah, I'm going to spit on his grave.
That's exactly
If he
right.
even gets a grave.
You know what?
I'm
He's
seeing
not,
a lot of people talking about canceling your Allstate policies. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
that's trending too.
Yeah.
It was not obviously it was not a good message.
You know what the crazy thing is I don't really understand. Somebody wrote that, and around a boardroom table, they thought this is a good idea.
Guarantee they had
Yeah.
color hair. They had blue or purple or orange hair. Guaranteed who wrote that.
Also, ESPN under fire. They did not air the moment of silence for the victims of the terror attack, and apparently they didn't. They also didn't. They didn't air the national anthem. This was.
To honor and remember those affected by the horrific acts of violence that occurred yesterday morning in the French Quarter here in New Orleans.
With Asana, AI teammates can help level up.
Where's that coming from?
By connecting them to relevant.
I think that's coming from you.
So every team knows.
Oh, well, bottom line is how that happened. They tried to, they aired something else. ESPN aired something else. The moment of silence, you've got people bowing their heads. You've got people praying, crying, that kind of a thing. And ESPN, they just chose not to air it. And they're getting blasted, as they should, by the way.
Yeah, they do it when their celebrity dies, but when it's like a terrorist attack, no. Mm-hmm. Like, no offense, obviously, it's a tragedy. If anyone dies and they do a moment of silence, it's always nice. But you do it for one person. We don't do it for 14 and other people injured. You don't do it for them.
Do you think that's part of ESPN just being dumb, or is it because they're being liberal, or they tried to fit in more
A
commercials?
little of column A, a little of column B. I think it's both.
Yeah. Well, they deserve to get blasted. By the way, speaking of getting blasted,
I'm so cold that I can use my nose drippings as a pair of chopsticks.
have you seen the forecast?
Oh,
Yes.
I didn't know where you were going with this.
Weather is going to be really, dangerously cold. So they're calling this an Arctic outbreak. And here in Tennessee, it all starts on, I guess, is it Saturday night, Sunday morning? We've got freezing rain. Then it warms up a tad, but then overnight Sunday into Monday morning, a dusting of snow with temperatures in the 20s and 30s, they say through midweek. So our ride in might be a little
People
interesting.
from the north call this?
Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, really, it's winter. This is what happens.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't think the weather drops below the teens or even goes to the teens, does it? I didn't see any weather reports to say that. I feel
right,
like
so-
that's Arctic. Like what they call it?
Yeah.
Arctic what?
Arctic outbreak.
That sounds like a crappy movie from like a third party.
New York, Vermont, they're expected to see the heaviest snowfalls because this is like a nationwide thing.
Yeah.
4 to 14 inches. And snowfall
the ski
totals.
slopes in Vermont are like rejoicing.
Snowfall totals in Wyoming range from 1 to 10 inches, and in Colorado, 6 to 12 inches could fall.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Could have just come here just a little bit. I mean, wouldn't it be nice just to have a nice snow covering? You wake up and everybody still has their Christmas tree up. Little snow on the ground.
I still got 2 up. My inflatables are still out.
They're still up. Come on, just get your 11-year-old to do it.
Okay, so what?
Put some
one
hair
thing
on his
that's-
chest.
One thing that this weather is bringing along with it is a lot of problems with people having the flu and, RSV, which is the respiratory illness, a lot of bronchitis. So there's a woman who, she's from Australia and she's got this elixir that she calls the flu bomb. And she says, if you just take this elixir, you can make it at home. You just take this elixir. You'll be fine. Everything will be, you'll be cured in no time.
Really? What's in the elixir?
It's gone viral. But it's what's in it that makes everybody kind of cringe. So it starts with a garlic. You take a clove of garlic and crush it up.
You already lost me at garlic, but go ahead.
And it's got ginger, eucalyptus oil, cayenne pepper, lemon, honey, and water. And you mix it all up and you take it as often as you can. And it's supposed to make you feel better really quickly. And by the way, I posted the whole thing to my Twitter account so that, if you want to make your flu bomb, you can do it too. But, the whole ginger and garlic together thing.
Oh, ginger's bad.
I think,
Yeah.
I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to make you forget your cold by making you vomit.
That could be it. Yeah.
I think that's what it is. Also making sure, the other thing is they're making sure that you don't give your cold to anyone else because you're going to be reeking of garlic and everybody's going to be like
Right.
10 feet away.
Nobody will want to be near you. Yeah. Yeah.
My wife, this is the one thing, oh God, I hope she doesn't hear this segment.
Oh, here we go. I love these parts. Go ahead.
I can't believe I'm going to say this. I don't allow her to eat garlic.
Wait, what?
That's what I
don't
just said.
allow her?
That's what I just said. I don't allow her to eat garlic. So you know what she does? She eats garlic.
Yeah.
That's what she does.
Because you told her you can't.
If we have a hot date and she eats garlic, that's going to get cold real quick.
So don't take
Is
her
it-
to an
no.
Italian restaurant.
Okay, let's be
Correct.
specific. Why is it that you don't like that?
Because garlic reeks. It is disgusting.
Do you like garlic though in food, like garlic bread and
Nope.
that?
Well,
What?
garlic bread is okay,
Oh,
but by and
only
large,
okay.
garlic is gross.
What about in spaghetti sauce?
No,
Yeah.
not a fan of spaghetti sauce with garlic. I don't like garlic. Bottom line is I don't like garlic. I don't like my women to have garlic. And
It's such a
You have a woman.
actually, that's a good
black
point.
and white picture of Dan under the bottom. I don't like my women having garlic.
Yeah.
You know what? I think we need to just kind of move on. It's 5:51.
Oh my goodness.
Joan, what's happening? By the way, make
You're
sure this is a
expecting me
podcast.
to get you out of this, right?
Moving right along.
Yeah. So the FBI is warning local police agencies about copycats. You'll want to hear that story. Also, why Tennessee bartenders have to go back to school. We've got those stories coming up at 6 o'clock on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
You know what my house is going to be like this weekend?
Yeah.
Very
Lots
cold.
of freezing.
Very cold in my house this weekend.
Yeah.
You know, I don't screw up on a Monday. I've always got to do it on a Friday. When I don't have like a week to make up for the stupid
Yeah,
things
it'll be
that I tend to,
It's gonna be a
in that
long weekend
doghouse.
for you, buddy.
All right, moving right along. It's going to be cold and colder in my house. All right, 5:52 on Super Talk 99.7.